Hello everyone. Let's do another paper of Cambridge Lower Secondary Checkpoint. Code is 111201. This is paper 1 of April 2021. So as this is paper 1, so we cannot use calculator in this paper. This is without calculator. You are not allowed to use calculator in this paper, and time is 1 hour to finish this. So let's start. So question 1, as you can see, complete these calculations. So we need to complete these calculations. So as you can see, we have here 0.9 times 4. So 9 times 4 is 36 and we have 0.9. So we can add one decimal. There is one decimal place for starting from right hand side. So it will be 3.6. So our answer will be 3.6. Now next is dash times 7 is 28. So dash times 7 is 2.8. Let's say first we write down 28. So you all know that 4 times 7 is 28. Now we have one decimal place here. So we need 2.8. We cannot change this 7, but we can write down decimal here. So 0.4 times 7, it is 2.8. So it will be 0.4. Question number 2. Write an algebraic expression for each function machine. So we have the function machine here. One has been done for you. We are given one example. N times 3, it is 3n. So similarly, n plus 4, n plus 4. Next, n times 5, then minus 3. So n times 5, it is 5n. So this is 5n minus 3. 5n minus 3 will be the final answer. Let's move to part B. Part B is complete the function machine for the statement below. We are given this statement here. Hassan thinks of a number. He divides the number by 4 and then adds 2. The answer is 7. So this 7 is given here. So we are going to write down these two steps here. And so he divides the number by 4. So divide by 4 and then adds 2. Adds 2 is plus 2. So this is how we can complete this statement. Part C. Work out the number Hassan was thinking of in part B. So we need to calculate this number that he is thinking. So we are given like n divided by 4 plus 2. This is equal to 7. This is from the function machine here. So we will find out the value of n from here. So we are going to move 2 on the other side. So n over 4 equals to 7 minus 2. So n over 4 will be 5. And then n will be, so we will time 4 to remove this 4. So n is 5 times 4, it is 20. So final answer will be 20. Before we move to next question, I request you guys, if you are not, question number 3. Here is a number fact. We are given this number fact here. Use this fact to work out the calculations. We need to work out these calculations. So let's start. So we are given 148 times 76 is equal to 11,248. So we have, you see, we have the same digits here, 148 and 76, but there is a decimal place. So if you put one decimal place here, answer will remain same. So we'll start the decimal counting from right hand side. So it will be 1124.8, the final answer. Now next one is 149 times 76. So 149, it is repeated how many times? 76. So here we have 148. So we can write it down as 149 can be written as 148 plus 1. Is that okay? 149 can be written as 148 plus 1 times 76. Okay, so if you multiply this 148 times 76, so this will be multiplied to this also and then multiplied to 1 also. So 76, yes. So now we have this answer, 148 times 76, this is 11,248 plus 76. So we just need to add this. So when you add this, this is coming 11,324. Now question 4. Eva measures the diameter of a circle as 15.9 centimeter. She uses a calculator to work out the area. The area is given as this is the 198.5565097 centimeter squared. Round this answer to an appropriate degree of accuracy. So we can round it down to the whole number. So the whole number, that will be 200 centimeter squared. Before we move to next question, please subscribe to my channel to get recent new papers of checkpoint. Okay, question 5. Work out 7.2 minus 3.463. Whenever you get these kind of question, you should always write down digit below the digit. So this can be written as 7.2 because we have 3 decimal places here, 7.200, and 3 decimal under the decimal place, 4, 6 and 3. So when you subtract it, it will be from here you are going to carry, because this is 0, it will become 1 here. This will be 10 and 9, this will be 10. 10 minus 3, it is 7. 9 minus 9 minus 6, it is 3. So here it will become 6, this will become 11. 11 minus 4, it is 7. Then 6 minus 3 is 3. So final answer will be 3.737. Now question number 6. Here is a number statement. We have this statement here. 11 over 12 minus half equals to a by 12. Find the value of a. So let's start. So we have here 11 over 12 minus half equals to a over 12. Now we cannot subtract unless we have denominator same. So this is 12 here. We can make denominator same by multiplying both numerator and denominator by 6. So then you see we have here 11 over 12 minus 6 over 12. And this side we have a over 12. So 11 minus 6, it is 5 over 12 equals to a over 12. So to remove this 12, I'm going to multiply this by 12 on both sides. So this 12 and 12 is gone. So value of a remains 5. Now question number 4. Work out 15% as a fraction in its simplest form. So 15% as a fraction can be written as 15 over 100. So in the simplest form, divide this by 5. 5 times 3 and 5 times 2. That will be 20. So 3 over 20 will be answer in the simplest form. Question number 8. Here are parts of 2 train timetables. You can see 2 timetables are here. One shows journey from Manchester to Leeds, and the other one shows journey from Leeds to Manchester. This is Manchester to Leeds, and this is Leeds to Manchester. Let's see the question. Carlos is traveling from Stalybridge to Leeds on the 8:54 train. Find how long his journey takes. We need to find out the time of the journey. So let's see where is that station. So So Stanley to Leeds. So this is the journey from here to here. So he is taking 8:54 train. 8:54 train is here. Okay. So when it will reach to the Leeds, it will reach at 9:36. So we need to know the time from 8:54 to 9:36. So we can subtract it. 9:36 minus 8:54. So this is the time actually. So this is here it can be 1, this is hours and this is minutes. 1 hour. So when you take 1 hour here, it will become 60 minutes here. So this and this, it will become 96. So 96 minus 54. So this will be 2, 9 minus 4, 42. These are 42 minutes. And then here hours, this will be 8 here because 1 hour is gone that side. So this hour will be 0. So total time taken to this journey is 42 minutes. I hope you understood this one. You need to be very careful looking at the times. Now part B. Jamila is traveling from Leeds to Dewsbury. She arrives at the train station in Leeds at 8:50 a.m. Find the time of the next train to Dewsbury. So let's go back to the timetable. Now we need the journey from Leeds to Dewsbury. Leeds to Dewsbury is here. She arrives at train station at Leeds at 8:50. So 8:50 she's here. 8:50 she cannot take this train because she is arrived at 8:50. So next train will be at 9:13. So next train that she can get to Dewsbury is 9:13. Okay, so question part C. Now, Oliver travels from Huddersfield to Leeds on the 8:12 train. He goes shopping in Leeds and returns to the station 1.5 hours after he arrived. He then catches the next train back to Huddersfield. Find the time he gets back. Find the time he gets back to Huddersfield. So for this question, you need to be very careful. See, Oliver travels from Huddersfield to Leeds on 8:12 trains. So he is at Huddersfield to Leeds. Let me just write down here. Huddersfield to Leeds at 8:12. So at 8:12 he takes a train at Huddersfield at 8:12. So he is taking this train from here, and then he will at Huddersfield he is taking 8:12 train. Then Leeds, what time he will reach to the Leeds? He will reach at 8:36. So he reaches here at 8:36. Then he takes 1.5 hours for the shopping. So if you add 1.5, 1 hour 30 minutes, it will become 66 and 9. So this is more than 1 hour. So this will become 10 because this is 60 minutes, 10:06. So this time he is still at Leeds. So he need then he catches the next train back to Huddersfield. Then he's going back from this time to the Huddersfield. So 10:06. Let's see. He is at Leeds at 10:06. So at Leeds 10:06, when he cannot catch all these. So what train he can catch? He can catch this 10:14 train. So if he takes this train, what time he reaches to the Huddersfield? So then he is back at this point at 10:34 to Huddersfield. So his final time will be to reach this train he is catching at 10:30 10:14. So he is taking this train at 10:14 and he will reach here at 10:34. So our answer is 10:34. That's it for this question. And these kind of question you need to go step by step, then you will not be making any mistake. Convert 160 kilometers to miles. So as you know that 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. So we want to convert 160 kilometers. So 160 kilometer will go this side and then just cross multiply. So this will give you, I can write down here, x times 1.6 equals to 160 times 1. So divide by 1.6, divide by 1.6. So this and this is gone. So this will be 160 times 1. If you remove decimal, it will become 10 up there. So 16. So this is 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. 100 miles. Question number 10. The diagram shows two cuboids. So you can see two cuboids here. The cuboid have equal volume. Their volume is same. Find the height of the cuboid B. So this is A and B. The volume is same. So volume of this cuboid, and we do not have the volume of this. So volume is same. So that means we can take the formula of the volume here, L time length time width time height on both sides, and the volume is given to us that they are equal. Actual volume is not given. So volume of this cuboid B will be length is 9 times 5 times h. 9 times 5 times height, length time width time height. So and the other side also length width and height, it will be 5 times 3 times 6. So we can easily find out the value of h. So divide by 9 times 5 here, divide by 9 times 5 both sides. So this 9 5 cancelled, so we are left with h on the left hand side. And now this side 5 and 5 is cancelled. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 2 is 6. So final answer is 2. So answer is 2 centimeters. Right. Now question number 11. Tick to show each of these statements is true or false. So first one is already done. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. We know that's true. It is true. So here 1 millimeter equals to 0.01 centimeters. So we know that 1 millimeter. So if we convert, we can just convert this centimeter. So 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So 0.01 times 10. It will make it millimeters. Let's see. So 1, it is 10. So 2 decimal places, it is 0.1. So that means this is not correct. So it is false. So next is 1 kilogram equals to 1 over 1000 grams. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams, not 1 over. So this is also false. Now 1 ton is 1000 kilogram. That's correct. This is very simple. 1 ton is always equal to 1000 kilograms. Question number 12. Here is a sketch of a compound shape made from triangle and semicircle. You can see there is a triangle here and there is a semicircle here. Use a ruler and compass to construct the shape accurately. Leave your construction lines. So we are going to make this triangle and the semicircle on this line. And so we are already given here the center of that. So that is half of this. So we can draw a semicircle simply just opening the this from the center up to A. Let's put it other way so it's easy to draw. So semicircle is done, and this is 10 centimeter already given to us. Then the other side we have AB. AB is 5 centimeters, so we can measure 5 centimeters from here. Already 5, one arc, and the other one is 7 centimeters, so we can measure 7 centimeters. Draw an arc from here like this. So we will join this line at this point. So that's the construction. So we can label it. This is 7 centimeter and this is 5 centimeter. So we need not to rub these lines. So we need to leave the construction lines. Question number 13. The diagram shows the position of 3 vertices of a parallelogram. So we have these 3 vertices here. Let's see the question. The question is, write down the coordinate of the possible position of the 4th vertex. If it is a parallelogram, so we need to draw the possible vertex. So there are different ways or different points where it can. Let me just draw this so that it can make more clear. Like this is the part. So to make this a parallelogram, so this and opposite side should be same. So you see from this point to this point, how many squares we have? 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So we can count from here 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So that means if we draw a shape like this from here, this will be a parallelogram. So actually the question is not to draw this, we are just finding the point, but I am showing you so that you can see. So this is a parallelogram, so opposite sides are parallel. So we need to write down this vertex. This is along here, it is 5, and along y-axis it is 9. So this is 5 and 9. So one part. B part, write down the coordinates of different possible position of the 4th vertex. Now we need to see, is it possible to draw this point somewhere else to make it a parallelogram. So if you have these points here, so we can also make it on the other side. So if we I took this 6 upwards, we can take 6 downwards also. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So let me draw this with the red pen so you can differentiate. So this here, like this, and this. Now you can see this is also a parallelogram with another vertex. So the other vertex now is, it is x coordinate is 5 and y coordinate is -4. Okay, so that's it for question number 13. So remaining question I will do in the next video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if there is anything, any question you can write down in the comment section. I will be happy to answer those questions. Thanks for watching.